Good morning, everyone. This is Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot. Here to do a few readings for you for the week. It's an absolutely glorious day out here. Although I just realised I'd left my sprinkler on for the last 24 hours down the back of my garden. Anyway, it's well watered. My kitchen and herb garden is very well watered. Should have a lot of herbs coming up. Anyway, I digress. We'll have a look at the general energies that are about at the moment. I'm not far from the highway here where I live, so it's literally a couple of hectares down the road. Anyway, so you probably hear a lot of traffic noise. There's also birds. Okay, here we go. General energies for this week. It's interesting. I'm starting to see signs of a lot of people awakening. Interesting that I did a video about truth last week, which had to do with the energies that were really prolific last week, and I don't think anything has really changed. I think a lot of people are really beginning to see that a lot of what they had believed in the past was no longer relevant to them in the world that they now occupy. As things change and shift, and frequency begins to also change and shift. And quite often, a lot of the time, this frequency can cause a discord in people. And it can sometimes cause a bit of friction, which is literally just like, a panic attack or anxiety. It can come out in that form. But really what it is, it's like a discord or friction, and that's what it is. It's literally your body's mechanism trying to release anything that no longer serves it as it shifts frequency on an energetic level. A lot of new energy, justice, inner justice, lots of abundance, but also it's about creating abundance and new ways of creating abundance that is becoming ever more present in our daily lives. A lot of us are feeling very disillusioned with our 3D matrix world that we are now fast leaving behind. And the reason why we are leaving that behind is because literally things are changing on a frequency level and on an inner level for absolutely everybody, on an energetic level, on so many different levels. And because of this, it's creating a disillusionment with what has kept us, I guess, distracted in the past. And it's kept us from really looking within and finding the truth, which is not what we've been led to believe. And so there's a lot of programs, old programs, that need to be released and replaced with something much newer, but also much more creative and of a greater design than there ever has been before. And of course, we, are our own designers and our own creators of this new earth. So a lot of what we do not wish to see in our outer world must first change from within. But also it's like a recognition that what we once held dear no longer is going to keep us satisfied. We're wanting so much more from our lives, and not in a material way or on a material level. Queen of Cups. It's like being very nurturing and kind, and kindness and kind-heartedness towards ourselves and others is extremely important at this time, because a lot of people are really beginning to find this conflict within themselves, and can quite often see it on an outer level, but also create it on an outer level, because they are not really settled within, and there is this conflict within, And the conflict is really about the fear that is coming up about the changes that are required to move forward into this new earth structure. And so that sort of chaos that we're seeing on an outer level is literally the chaos that we're seeing within as the old world crumbles, but also too it's about our inner self that is crumbling. It can no longer support itself in these new earth energies. We can no longer deny or tell ourselves the lies that we've been telling ourselves, but also too, as within, so without. And so we've been lying to ourselves, but also too, somehow collectively we have manifested this on an outer level, that chaos and that distraction that keeps us, those lies that keep us from seeing the truth on every level. I hope that makes sense. And we are all culpable in maintaining the lies. There is Six of Cups and the Strength card here. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia, about the past. And it also, too, means generosity as well. So being generous to other people. And we have the Queen of Cups, which is about being generous and loving and kind. And kindness to ourselves and to others while we're going through these changes. Because a lot of the time what we see as chaos in our outer world, as I said, can also represent chaos within, but also, too, it, I guess, behooves us to be kind. To be kind to ourselves and also to those that are also struggling, that we see struggling in our outer world. Lots of feminine energy too that is abounding at the moment, because there is this, movement forward with the feminine, moving into much more feminine energies. We are leaving that patriarchal, toxic, masculine world of the 3D matrix behind. But the king is moving forward too. So the King of Wands is literally movement forward for the masculine, but it's literally taking action upon that for the masculine energies that are now moving from that toxic, old patriarchal system that has held everything in place. Now, as that's crumbling and falling, we are needing the masculine now to step up into newer energies of action, but goal-oriented action towards something much newer and far greater than we've ever seen before. Do get to about I've seen a lot at the moment about the quantum financial system. It seems that we don't see anything on an outer level, and it can be quite frustrating. But there must be something that will replace the old system when it falls. And I do feel that it is in place, and that it will, in its own right time, move us into some kind of financial institution that will be completely different to anything we've ever seen before, and it will, far outweigh anything that we've ever seen before, and will lead to prosperity for all. On so many different levels. But first, of course, we must endure the falling of the old, and that may require many to lose or to appear to have lost their material wealth, so that they will actually wake up back to that everything on a material world is nothing compared to love, family, compassion, and life, pretty much. We're moving literally from a patriarchal controlling system, a death culture, into a completely different way of being. That will require some to go through loss. Princess. Yes, so they're the energies for this week. Literally just be kind to yourself and others, because what we are seeing is the crumbling and falling of the old, and that does look chaotic and can feel quite chaotic for some. Creates a discord, as I've said, and many are awakening. And so as they awaken, the discord, comes in a physical form that can be quite frightening sometimes. So it's a really good idea to tap into the compassionate side of the self, and so that we can have this smooth transition as we move into. Okay, yeah, so that's all I have for this week. Be kind to yourself and others. See you again next week. Bye for now.